Hi, we're here at Gibson Bluegrass Showcase with mandolin player extraordinaire, international Winfield mandolin champion, and the production manager and R&D here at Gibson, Mr. Dave Harvey.
Howdy, folks.
Dave, tell us how you got started playing music.
Well, my dad was a great mandolin player, and he grew up in the time when folks took a battery out of a car and powered a crystal radio on Friday and Saturday nights in Kentucky. And he heard Bill Monroe play a mandolin on Mule Skinner Blues in Blue Moon of Kentucky, and he fell in love with that sound. So from there, he actually got to see the Bluegrass Boys in Irvine, Kentucky in about 1946, the classic Bluegrass Boys lineup, and he saw a picture of Bill Monroe hanging up on a barbershop window, and from the poster, learned how to play a G chord on the mandolin.
Wow.
And actually went around and played a G chord on a ruler for about a year until my grandmother finally bought him a mandolin. All right, there's a couple of things I'm going to talk about on setup. I get a lot of questions about setup, and I've done setup for 20 some odd years now. The most important things, one of the most important things is that the strings glide through the nut and the bridge slots. So a little pencil lead when you change the strings in the slots of the nut and the bridge saddle is often helpful. A couple other things that you might want to check or have your luthier check is that the truss rod is in proper adjustment, and this gives the proper amount of relief and also makes the instrument easier to play. Now, one other thing that people are often very wary of messing with the bridge itself. But if you see the bridge lean forward, and you can see on this instrument that the bridge stands up pretty well 90 degrees to the rim of the instrument. And if you see that bridge leaning forward, which is natural for it because the string tension and tuning the instrument will pull that bridge forward. You just very carefully, without touching the top of the instrument, very carefully put your thumbs on the back side of the bridge base, and then your first finger on the saddle, and then just ever so slightly just pull back, and that will straighten the bridge up.
Well, how did you become so well at playing the mandolin?
Well, my dad was very patient, and of course he had all the Mel Bay books, and he kept telling me, use the books, learn to read. But with a combination of my dad's patience and his teaching skills and his expertise on the mandolin, and just instilled a passion and a love and a respect of the instrument. And I worked real hard. He seemed to do it so naturally, and I seemed to have to work so hard at it. But you know, as a kid, you always want to impress your dad, and you want to make him happy. So that was kind of the drive at first to play the mandolin. But the longer I played, the more I just absolutely loved the instrument.
Well, tell us some of the things that are going on at Gibson.
Well, we've got a lot of things going on here. We've got, in the mandolin department, we have a dozen or so new models in the last couple of years. Some of the models are brand new for Gibson, and some of the models are revisit models from days gone by. The F12 mandolin up there is a revisit of an F12 model that we came out with in 1934.
Wow.
And something I'm very proud of. We're a small crew, but we're very efficient, and we build all the mandolins, banjos, and dobros that are shipped out worldwide from right here in this location.
That's great.
All right, here's a cool little kind of an ending lick in the key of A. All right, starts with the pull off on the E string. There's the first section. And that's the first section of the second section. And slower. And that last lick again is, it's kind of a banjo lick, very cool.
Well, Dave, getting back to you personally, what are some of the things on the horizon for you?
Well, I'm just going to stay real busy and try to make all my appointments on time. Mm-hmm. That's always a challenge, as it was this morning. But I've got a lot of ideas. I love a job where I can be creative, and this is the perfect job for me because the creative side of music actually blends in, folds in so well to the creative side of building musical instruments. And I'm just going to keep those two careers meeting in the middle. And I'm going to be up in Boston teaching at a mandolin camp north in 2 weeks. And I've got Moody Bluegrass coming out soon. I'm working on my own solo project, and I've got a lot of irons in the fire right now. But more R&D, more development of new models and revisiting historical models for Gibson, and that'll keep me busy, I think.
Well, thank you, Dave, and thank you, Gibson, for inviting us here. It's been a real pleasure.
Glad to have y'all. Thank you.